All right. Here we go. Day 2 of this little 5-day event. My ultimate goal during this event is to teach you a super simple 3-step system in order for you to actually start moving the energy that's been stuck in you for a long time and start your process of permanently moving out of your head and back into your heart. And, you know, we're on the cusp, we're like about to end a very, 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 very long journey in terms of our development as a human race, where the mind became the main interface through which we were interacting with things. And now we are being called to transcend that and enter a higher level where the mind is a tool. It is not the center of your identity. It is not the first, it's no longer the first thing that gets to talk to you and give you information when you're interacting with reality and with object people. And that is a very, very big transformation that we're in. It's actually, you know, this whole concept of ascension, it's beyond just us individually learning to reclaim our true home in our heart, in the heart of our soul, and that be what allows us to move forward and to flow with life. It's actually happening at a collective level. It's happening at the level of an entire race, an entire species, the humanity. And it's even happening at the level of the earth itself. So this is like, supposedly this is like, you know, kind of like something that is so grand and so incredible, because individual psyches have managed to transcend the mind and literally, you know, become enlightened, which means to like just no longer have the mental interface at all. But an entire collective energy has, I can't speak from a scientific basis because this is more like galactic knowledge, but that has never happened. And we've been here more than once and we failed. This is like, we're talking like so far in the history of life. It's hard to comprehend with our you know, our minds. But this, rest assured that you are living in a time that is very, very, very special. And many, 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 many races, many civilizations throughout the universe, or the multiverse, if you want, are keenly observing us. And, you know, some are like, woo! Some are cheering us on. Others are trying to interfere with it for their own ends. Either way, it can't be stopped. Either way, it can't be stopped. So instead of spinning in our heads, trying to figure out and trying to find solutions and seeking for what's going to help, we start learning to drop back into our body and go deep into our heart space. And that's where we listen from. You know, that is the most powerful thing. That is the most powerful skill and ability you can develop at this time in our evolution. To hear what's going on in your mind without getting latched into it. You're not listening, you're hearing. It's like chatter. You hear it, you acknowledge it, you drop into your body, you feel, where is that held in your body, and what does that feel like? And this is not a mental activity, it's not like, this is the tricky thing for most of us. We're trying to meditate through the interface of our mind. We're trying to do energy work through the interface of our mind. And the deepest energy work and the most powerful healing you will ever do on yourself is when the mind is allowed to be there, but it's left behind. You're not stuck in there. You come back in your body, because you can only heal what you can feel, and your mind cannot feel. Your mind can think. Your mind can generate a whole bunch of feelings in your body, but your mind cannot feel. So the second that you're really coming into the body and making sure that you have the willingness and the courage to go and feel where these energies are held, that's the quantum leap. That's already a huge quantum leap, because our head has been trying to protect us for eons from feeling. And it's not because it's a bad guy. It's just trying to protect you based on how it's able to function. So I'll just keep coming back to that 3-step system this week, because it's so important to understand. You hear what's going on in your head. You don't engage with it. It's like noise, you're hearing it like, oh, my mind is thinking blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, okay, how does that feel in my body? Where is that held in my body? And that's already a huge shift. You shift your attention from here, from the words, even images, and you go into feeling. Your body can feel. That's what your body does. Emotions are actually physical. They're like biochemical things. So you go and you feel. And then step number 3, which is an even bigger quantum leap, is you learn to listen with your heart. Your heart has a way of listening that isn't anything like the way your head listens. Your head listens in a reactive way. I'm sure we've all seen this before, right? Someone's talking and your head's already thinking about what you're going to answer, or you're not even really listening to what they're saying because you're too busy thinking about what you're going to say after. Or maybe, what does that really mean? What are they saying? No. That's all reactive. And we want to come back to being responsive, to respond. We respond to things in front of us. The way to respond to something is to feel it. We feel. And from there's a response. So learning to listen from the heart space, believe it or not, can be literally enough for the healing to happen. Because most energies that are in you, what they need is for you to come where they are and listen. Offer that space of pure listening, that pure responsive space of listening to what's actually going on for them. So we practiced a little bit yesterday, and I want to make sure that I remember to offer a little process of us doing that each time before I bring us into a guided meditation. That way we're already kind of like doing the muscle memory of learning how to do that before I bring you into that space. So just, this is the proper use of mind. Think about something that's bugging you. It's either something that's repetitive, it keeps coming back, or it's something that happened recently and it creates a reaction in you. It creates an emotional reaction in you. So my example right now, because I went through a process last night where I couldn't fall asleep and I was having kind of like intestinal pain. And I know I caught myself getting like really annoyed about it. you know, why is this happening to me? And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. And then I went into my body. So just like think about something like that that's coming up for you. It's a recurring thought. It's a little bit repetitive. It probably has like the wording is probably like, I need to do something about that. What am I supposed to do about that? How am I gonna, no, like it's gonna be something like that. There's emotional distress involved in the thought process. It's so interesting because the heart's already opening up. And then lower your attention field. Lower your attention field into your body. Where is there energy in your body that's either maybe it's moving around differently than the rest of the body, maybe it's a place that you can really feel it's like there's definitely something stuck there, like this that's not moving. So you find where that repetitive thought or distressing thought is actually in the body. And in order for you to find it, you need to go into your body. Don't try to do this with your mind. You leave the mind behind and you enter this much vaster space of your body. This is where it gets interesting. We tend to interact with things with an agenda. And what we're doing right now, there is no agenda. Agenda is mental. This is just you coming into that place where you feel the energy, bringing all of your all of your consciousness there. And the only objective here is to be with that. Just to be with it. You're not trying to change it. You're not trying to make it go away. You're not trying to get rid of it. Just go and be there now. Pointers to know if you really are in there, it'll amplify. The feeling will amplify. And that's a very good sign. And we want to catch ourselves because we tend to, when it starts amplifying, we're like, what? And we kind of want to go back in our heads. And it's like, no, let's just stay here. Let's stay here. This is the ultimate training. This is you training yourself to bring your consciousness throughout all of your body and focus it where it is needed. And then it is with the purest intention from your heart space of wanting to listen, of wanting to be a loving presence that simply wants to hold and listen to that energy and what it needs to express. And if it amplifies even more, that's a really good sign too. There's a beautiful natural process that happens as soon as you make sure that your consciousness is more within all of your body than only within your mind. Your heart naturally starts to open because you're coming back. You're coming back towards the center. And your center is your heart. So just allowing yourself to feel that. Just feel the heart naturally wanting to open up and expand. Reminding yourself that it's safe. It is safe for you to come back home. It is safe for you to come back into your heart. It's like a lot of the distress that we feel as human beings, distress that like the quality of it is like the feeling lost and alone. That is the natural state of a mind that is disconnected from the heart. It is either looking at itself or looking out into the world and trying to find deeper meaning. And the deeper meaning is in your heart. The deeper meaning of your life is deep in the sacred heart space. The place where you connect and reclaim the space that you are as a soul. And there is no deeper healing that you can bring to your mind than to come back in your heart and offer the frequency of your sacred heart to your mind. The mind feels lost and alone because it is seeking outside in the world or within itself for what can only be found in the heart. Oh, there's a very nice heart expansion going on right now. Woo. Why? The heart is the home. Your heart is your home. The center of your being, which in this beautiful fractal reality is actually the center of all of the universe and the center of all the meaning, because it's within. God is within. Let's do that triple heart alignment. The heart space is already so beautifully open, and we're just taking the time to consciously connect our energy line from the bottom of our heart all the way into the core of the earth, all the way into the heart of Gaia. And from the top of our heart, we bring that energy line. It's already there. We're just consciously connecting to it so it makes it stronger. All the way up to the heart of God, all the way up to the heart of source, of creation, of whatever word you use to represent what has created you. When we are consciously embodying that line of light, that triple heart connection, we can become pillars of light and vessels of love because we have come back to center. And that center is unshakable. And it never stops expanding. So bringing yourself deep, 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 deep into that heart space, allowing the energy of Gaia to come up to you and the energy of God, source, to trickle down into you. That meeting point is in your heart. And there is such a bright light there. It is the whitest white you could ever imagine. It is whiter than white. And it is so shimmery. And we want to constantly bring ourselves deeper and deeper into that sacred heart space. It is a place that is so full and so bright. And there is a pulsation. It's like the triple heart pulsation of the pure life that you are. Oh, that feels nice. Woo-hoo. I try to describe what I mean by the sacred heart flow. It would be like an ocean of the shiniest white light you've ever seen. And that ocean emanates from the sacred heart space. And the waves are eternal. The waves never cease. Sure, they have ebbs and flows, just like we inhale and exhale, but they are always emanating. And our role as we reclaim our permanent space in the sacred heart space is to be the conscious experience of emanating these waves to all parts of ourselves. And it's like this deep emotion that comes up. And I know that there are parts of us that have felt estranged for so long. They have been wanting to come home for so long. They have been wanting to feel your sacred love for them for so long that the more you consciously emanate these waves from your sacred heart space into all of your body, into all of the field of your aura, the effect is one of, it's so soothing. It is so soothing. So it's like yesterday we worked with the violet flame. Today we are working with the shimmery, shimmery, shimmery white light, whiter than all white. So shiny, so shimmery. It's almost like there's diamond powder in it. And it is reflected by light even more. And you are emanating this wave after wave after wave. These waves are intentional. These waves are full of love. And I want you to have fun aiming that shiny, white, liquid, divine energy. Imagine that you can pump it through your physical heart and it can just travel around all the arteries of your body. It travels up towards the head. It travels down the shoulders and the arms. It travels through the torso, the hips. It travels down the legs, offering this nectar of you remembering who you truly are, remembering what you are made of. Follows all the course, all the rivers of your veins and arteries. And it comes back to the heart. Anything that has been picked up that is not able to vibrate at that frequency is transmuted in the heart space with that wave upon wave upon wave of love. Waves, have fun going other places. Let these waves flow through your lymphatic system. You know, our bodies are composed of whatever, 70% water. Let that water be fed by these waves of shiny white light. That's working a lot on the part of the lymphatic system that's on the left and right side of the upper chest. I really feel a lot of work happening there. Letting it course through your body. The waves never end. Your divine essence has no beginning and no end. Allowing these waves of shiny white light to be received by all the organs in your body. Your lungs, your digestive system, the brain structure, all of it, all of it. Wave upon wave upon wave of shiny white light. you bringing that focus is such a powerful healing exercise. Taking the time to focus on these spaces in you, allowing these shiny white waves to now feed all of the glands. The glands of our body are the great transmuters of the energy received in our chakras. So these glands, we have many of them in our brain, but we have some throughout our body. You aiming with the intention that your glands be fed is enough. You know, the mind wants to know, well, where are all the glands? And that doesn't matter. The field of intention is more powerful than the need for detail. Shiny, shiny white light. I don't know if you notice, but sometimes on the peak of the waves, it's like even more shimmery. All right, and now let's aim that shiny white light throughout all of the energetic system. It follows this central line. And there are energy centers. Most of them have front and backs. Allowing that shiny white liquid eternal wave-like energy to flow, letting it flow. It's flowing all the way through the energy centers, into the energy bodies. It's a really good exercise because you want to make sure that you are always centered in your heart space, yet you're also sending waves and emitting frequencies through you all the way to the outskirts, all the way to the boundary of your aura. But the work is that you stay in that heart center. Yet you also feel all the energy flowing through your body, flowing through your aura. You stay, you keep that center. Your mind might not be able to do two things at the same time, but I promise you that your consciousness and your awareness are more than able to. So you keep yourself centered in your heart and you allow the field of your consciousness. You allow yourself to embody more and more of that field, to be more and more aware. And this can only be done when you are grounded in your heart center. So notice this, like really take the time to notice this. Feeling that ground in your heart, feeling your essence, feeling your soul in your heart, feeling that deeply anchored there. It's always there. It can't really go anywhere else. This is about you reclaiming your awareness and your knowledge that this is so. Feeling that grounded essence in your heart. And while you maintain that awareness, expand your consciousness in order to feel all of your field. Doing really good. When you are really grounded in your heart center, your mind receives the best medicine. Silence. Your mind gets to receive. You know, your mind, our minds have been, you know, hyperactive and overactive for centuries and centuries and millennia. So when you reclaim your true home deep in your heart space and you emanate these waves into all of your field, your mind receives them as well. The mind can't really understand that on its own, but when it receives it, when it is able to go quiet and receive the energy and feel how regenerative for it is to bathe in silence. The mind will eventually learn to claim it. The mind will eventually start telling you, excuse me, please, please go back to your heart and give me a break because like I need some food. And that's when you know that your practice is getting you much, much deeper into yourself, is when even your mind is on board. I'm laughing because it's funny because at first the mind is so busy trying to protect us from whatever it is that's happening at a level that it doesn't understand, which are these feelings and energies that are trapped in our bodies, that when we actually do start going there and we actually do hold these energies with love and they do start dissolving and dissipating, and what was trapped in it can finally come back and expand into you and be, you know, they're all like, they're parts of your inner child, or there's a bunch of different energies, but as they are held and embraced and can come back home, then the mind can calm down, because your mind is simply reacting. If you go and take care of what it's reacting to, incredibly enough, the mind stops reacting. Instead of us trying to fix it with our mind and, you know, do like 16,000 hours of talk therapy and, you know, and reorganize all the drawers of our mind and our experiences and our emotions and our memories. Instead of doing all that, we can literally just learn to go into our bodies, be that loving steward, that vessel of love that is willing to go and hold any and all energies in us until they feel loved, until they feel heard, and until they are welcomed back in the heart. That's the work. That's what's in front of us. And once we get a taste of it and realize how quickly things can shift and how surprisingly, it's so surprising at first when you have an experience of really working with an energy in your body until it feels safe and loved. And then over the course of the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks, your mind has these little moments of like, oh, there's something's not there anymore. I haven't thought about blah, 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 and I don't know how long. Yeah. So I'm so passionate about this because I have seen transformation, such deep transformations and in people that were suffering, and transformations that happen so rapidly because so much of these energies, they just need you to come see them. They're like, please, please. And the mind's like, but it's like, it's in here. Come back to center in your heart and flow these waves. Flow these waves. It is the ultimate gift that you can ever give yourself. Oh my God. I thought these would be 45 minutes. Did I go over? Oh, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. I'm pretty much exactly on 45. Just FYI, if when you do this, sometimes you just want to start crying or you start having like things come up that are like, your mind's like, whatever, understand that these are just things letting you know, please, I'm here. Please help me. Please help me. It's like we've got it all wrong. We think that these are things that are like, oh, that's in the way. If only that would go away, then I'd be able to. No. You need to go in that and hold it. It doesn't go away. It comes back to center. Something nice going on here too. I'm noticing. It's like, that's what we're trying to do. This is our process, right? We're trying to recalibrate the head and the heart together. And like, I'm feeling a lot of energy happening here right now. The heart chakra and the third eye. And how about you send from your sacred heart space a beautiful wave of white shimmery light. Send it from the heart up into the central line and out through the third eye. Yeah. Well, I hope that you enjoyed our time together. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Let's continue expanding that heart space, tapping into that sacred heart flow. And whenever you think about it today, just keep those waves coming because they are eternal. Your sacred heart never stops emitting these waves. This is just about you coming back to awareness of that. All right. Thank you.